Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrance pick it, always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right. In my life, it's never a wrong time over crime. To get what's yours and to get what's mine, come on. Coffee time, coffee time. In my life, coffee time, coffee time. Feels alright, I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrance? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot, come on.
Good morning, everybody, and to everybody, a good morning. Good morning, everybody. I've got skin that is flaking. Good morning, and to everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. Do me a favor, invite somebody, share. Invite somebody, share. We're talking about it's time to build. It's time to build. It's time to build a new life, a better life. It is time for you to step out and do something you haven't done. It's time for you to stop grudgingly waking up to see tomorrow and waking up with joy. One of the things that kill our joy in waking up is we know we're going to have a dreadful day because we're stuck in some position, some place that we don't want to be. It no longer brings us happiness. It no longer brings us joy. Maybe at one time it did, but now it's dreadful. And it's time to build happiness. It's time to build joy. And believe it or not, the majority of your happiness, the majority of your joy and your peace is going to come with you being in the right occupation. The right occupation, I'm telling you, contributes to peace or that other stuff. So that's what we're talking about this morning. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to invite somebody, share, tell them coffee time is on, and let's get in and let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Who's on this morning? Tina White McPherson. Good morning to you. Let me tell you about this private group that we built. We have a private group called the Owner's Manual, and it's a private group. The information that goes on there, everything that you need to know about business as it relates to getting funding, grants, money, how your paperwork needs to look, the type of insurance you need to have, how to set it up in the business name, having a trust. In addition to that, it's also how to set up business credit. It's a private group. And we met for the first time this past Friday at the River Club. We had a wonderful dinner. And in that dinner, a lot of people began to discover a lot of things, and they were so happy. They were so happy. We got an opportunity to speak with everybody individually. Only 40 people were there, because it's a private group. Only 40 people were there, but we had planned for 33, and then I extended the registration to 40. And I spoke to all 40, and all of them are saying the same thing, how their lives were changed by the information that we're given. If you ever hear of me doing anything and it's private, and I'm not opening registration to everybody, you need to look into it. That's all I'm going to say. You need to look into it. So that's what we did on this past Friday. And we've got another meeting in a couple of days. We don't announce it. We don't advertise it. None of that. It's either you're in or you're not. And It's great information. So for those of you that are a part of the owner's manual, consider yourselves blessed because you're a part of an elite and exclusive club. And I can't wait to see the millions come through your hand because they are coming. And today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about it's time to build. You know, the average person believes that financial freedom is in owning your own business. It's not. In fact, if you're going to start your own business, you better be called to it. Because, and I'm just going to give both sides. I used to believe owning your own business gave you the freedom, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to hurt somewhere. Why not hurt for yourself? You're going to sacrifice. Why not sacrifice for yourself? And all of those things. I can start when I want, close when I want, blah, 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 blah. Wrong. You're going to give more when you start your own. You're going to give more because now all the responsibility falls on you and you don't have anybody to hand it to. At work, you can leave them folk job. They'll figure it out. You can't do that when you have your own. And I'm saying this because there are people that have jobs. You've been on that job 30, 40 years and you're contemplating starting a business. Make sure you're called to it. It's not for the faint at heart. Now, if you're called to it, then you're going to have the grace for it. But if you're not called to it and you're trying to do an experiment, you better have the money to experiment. You better have the money to do it. You better have the money to do it. So it's not for the faint at heart. It's not something you want to be experimenting on because there's great comfort in some people love their job. If you love your job, why are you talking about leaving? Well, I just believe there's more out there. So if it's more out there, let's just say this. You love your job, you love being there, but you believe that there is more. There is a way you can do both to test the waters to make sure your timing is right and your desire is right. The scripture says that the heart is deceitfully wicked in all. Who can know it? Now, some of you, your jobs are wearing you out. You're tired of it. You're ready to go. And you are called to do your own. Well, that's why the job is calling you out. Whatever you are called to, you will never have 100% peace and fulfillment until you are there. So stepping out to do that, ultimately, you are fulfilling your call. And because you're fulfilling your call, you need to do it. But some of you need to stay on that job. Don't you dare be around here comparing yourself to other people, believing that you can do it too. No, this is not a comparison and it's not a game. It's real. If you're not called to it, you're not going to last in it. Whatever you're called to, you have a grace to fulfill. Whatever you have a grace to fulfill, you have the power to do. Without the grace, there's no power. So you begin to run off of your own understanding. You begin to run off your own strength. There's one scripture that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways and everything that you do, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. What does that mean? That means if God gave you that job and it's not time to leave, you better kill your flesh and stay on that job because that job is providing something for you. And if you leave that job before time and you don't have a grace to fulfill whatever you're running after, you're going to hurt, you're going to suffer, and it's going to be bad for you. It's going to be bad. And a lot of times God will allow you to stay in the mess that you're in so you can learn how not to make a mess of things. Most of the things, I'm telling you, most of the things that I do not do now, it's because God allowed me to get in some messes and he left me there a long time swimming, trying to get out and I could not. And I learned being in the mess, how not to be messy. Oh, yeah. God will leave you in the mess to get the mess out of you. And it's through that process that the older you get, the more mindful you become of the consequences of your actions in every area. You're always measuring. What is this going to cost me? What is this going to cost? And it's because you've learned something. So you need to move and flow with the peace that's within you, because God gives you that peace as a confirmation for what you should do and what you shouldn't do. There are a lot of decisions that I've made because I didn't have peace about it. I don't like putting on events. That's just not. I don't like it. Nah, I almost detest putting on events. And every now and then, God gives me a piece to put one on. And here we go. I'm doing something that I don't like doing. I don't enjoy doing. But because the peace is there, the peace makes everything easy. Glory to God. I'm getting happy already. The peace makes everything smooth. The peace takes the struggle out of things. When I have peace, I know that I'm on the correct path. When I have peace, I know I'm doing the right thing. But when my peace is disturbed, it's time to reevaluate, refocus. It's time to do something different. Because if I don't have peace, 9 times out of 10, whatever it is I'm doing, whatever it is I'm contemplating, whatever decision I'm about to make, 9 times out of 10, if I do not have the peace, it's probably not the time or not the move. So God will give you peace to build. He will. He'll put the desire in your heart and give you the peace to work towards it. He gives me peace about relationships. Some relationships literally disturb my peace. Those are relationships I have to watch. I have to monitor. I put them in my intensive care unit. There's some relationships that are, it's not that many. It's probably about 2, but still, they're on life support. And I have to feed them what's necessary. Did you not know some people are a necessary evil in your life? Lord help us today. Some people, I'm telling you, I'm turning to my parents, my grandparents with all this. Lord help us today. My God, Jesus, all that stuff they used to do, and I used to laugh at them. Now I'm laughing at myself. Some people are a necessary evil in your life. What they bring to the table is important, but the stuff on them is terrible. And you're going to have to learn how to manage evil. You're going to have to learn how to manage evil in your life. That's what made Jesus good. He knew where to place evil. He called Simon a devil. We know Judas was a devil. And he chose both of them. You can't go out here cutting everybody off thinking that I'm only going to flow in the goodness. I'm only going to have positive things around. No, there's some necessary evils. There's some people, you just need them. You need them. So the way to manage that evil in your life is there's a place that you can live in. There's a place of peace. I'm thinking about one of the songs that I listen to all the time. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I live in a place of thanksgiving. And whenever I become agitated, irritated, or aggravated, I remind myself of the goodness of God. I sing or play that song. And that song does something to me. It's that one. There's another one, too. It song had me in tears every time I listen to it. I'll be crying like a baby. Just really at the goodness of God. I'm going to give it to you. If you give me a second here. Don't rush me. It's, I'm going to tell you exactly. Give me 1 second. It's Todd Delaney and Maverick City. And the name of the song is Mighty One. Listen, the goodness of God and Mighty One. I'm listening to it on my way to work. I'm listening to it while I'm getting dressed. I'm listening to it in between phone calls. Even when I have to work from home, I'm listening to those songs, and they keep me in a healthy place. Lord help us. Well, it's important that I stay in a healthy place because you've got to have discipline in order to deal with people. And you don't need to think, the scripture says that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. If something is laid up, that could be a shadow of type, colloquialism. But who's got the ladder to go get it? I believe that laid up. Now, I don't have biblical proof of this. And I'm real careful about putting my opinion on the text, but I believe the term laid up is stored. Well, how do you unstore what's stored? There are certain tools that you need to get it. And I really believe that as you are building, there is a wealth that is stored for you. And how you manage relationships and how you manage evil are the tools to unstore it. You can't cut everybody off. I know some people are intolerable. I know some people are aggravating. I know some people are just pure evil. But you've got to have you've got to have a giraffe view. A giraffe has a better world view than a turtle. A turtle deals with what is now and make assessments and judgments in according to its view. A giraffe sees above the turtle and has a more global perspective, have more of a global view. Why? It's all about the position of their vision. And if you are a turtle and that is your view and you just deal with things the way they are right now and you're not looking beyond that, you're going to mismanage some relationships that are going to be necessary tomorrow. A lot of relationships you're not going to cash in on right away. It's going to take time. You need to know how to manage those. I have a relationship with people. Sometimes I'm at lunch or drinking coffee with them, and I'm thinking to myself, how did you become like this? Like, who said you or your parents or your grandparents? Why are you like this? And I don't understand them. But they're necessary to the journey. So I build myself up in my most holy faith so I can deal with people that are hard to love. There are some people that are just hard to love. I can't deal with them every day, but they're necessary. And this is why relationships are so important. Because when you're building, you don't have all the building blocks that you need for tomorrow. You're gonna need people to help bring a block. And everybody that brings a block, hands aren't necessarily clean. But you need to know that Jesus used the good and he used the evil. It's evil as Judas was. Jesus still chose him. You might be in my life. You might be an evil volunteer, but I promise you won't get on my payroll. And then I've had to hire evil people. I know it's an oxymoron. I have. They're necessary. So you got to learn how to manage everyone, and you got to learn how to manage evil when you are building. You need to understand that most of the things that you are doing now is not the thing. It's not the main thing. It's leading to something greater. The problem with us, once again, is that many of us have a turtle view. We're looking at what is right now. We can't see beyond. We can't see beyond the now. I let secrets out on this coffee time. So, back on radio, and it became clear almost immediately. And I don't know why this stuff keeps happening, but the TV offers help start. TV lacks content. So, I've been talking to them, and I don't know how long this radio thing going to last, because greater is always going to grab you when you are in the lane of your grace. Oh, yeah. So when building, promotion is going to come, but promotion in the earth, it comes from God through people. Oh, yeah. From God through people. He uses people as his tool to establish his will in the earth. Tell you don't have a church home. You need to come to Encounter Church. This is the type teaching that we have. We don't play no games. We don't play no games. We get in this book. We get in this book. This past Sunday we taught on breaking the spirit of failure. People don't understand failure is a spirit. People are giving up. Well, you can't build if you're already thinking about quitting. And most people build with quitting in mind. How is quitting at the beginning of you building? It shouldn't be in you. It's a spirit that is trying to torment you. It is a spirit that is trying to talk you out of your godly inheritance. Glory to God. You need to break that spirit. It's demonic. It's robbing you. It's keeping you from God's best. So in building, let me give you these 3 points in closing. In building, the number one thing that you need to understand in building, follow your peace. I'm recapping everything that we've talked about so far. Follow your peace. Your peace is God's divine confirmation on where you should go and who you should be with, who you should listen to, who you need to not listen to. Follow your peace. Number 2, you need to understand when you are following your peace, God will give you the grace to do the thing that you are called to do. You will have supernatural power that is available for you to overcome things other people choked under. You have it because you're walking in your grace. You're walking in your call. You're walking in your time. And number 3, this is the third one. You're going to have to learn how to manage evil in relationships. Relationships are important in building because everybody's going to bring you a stone. You're going to have good people bring you stones. You're going to have bad people bring you stones. The worldview that you need to have is at least you have the stone. No, it didn't come from good hands. Yes, they're evil. Yes, they're wicked. But Jesus said, let the wheat and the tare, let them grow together. He says, I'm going to do the dividing because he didn't want you spending time trying to separate. Because there is a such thing as necessary evils. He chose 12 apostles, 12 men, 12 business owners. And he called 2 of them devils. One of them was evil. You never have to worry about the one that betrays you. You don't. Judas is going to always hang himself. You don't chase Judas. Everybody will have a Judas on their team. You won't be able to get around that. You just got to know how to manage Judas. Hey, that's coffee time today. You have any questions? Glory. I am in full. I got some new coffee, and this new coffee is turning me out. So I didn't realize the people that have jumped on. Tina White McPherson, good morning. John Quill Hudno, good morning. Sadiq Sade Brooks, what's up, beautiful? Good morning to you. I'm gonna give you two more tips just to take with you. I'm gonna give you two more tips to take with you. There's going to be doors that are open. Now, when a door opens, sometimes it's a crack. The crack is not intended for you to barge in. The crack is there. There's an opening there for you to hear what's going on the other side. God is going to give you opportunities for you to hear things that you shouldn't hear, that is going to be valuable information for where you are going. I want to speak to, because I was getting ready to jump off and something just clicked in me that I have to address this and deal with this. I want to speak to you all who don't have the provision that you need. That's you're having to, I guess, work multiple jobs, maybe even do strange things for some change. I want to speak to you right now, because there are some that would tell you, you just need to trust God. Well, if you working more than one job, that is trusting God. That means you put action to what you believe. You believe you want more. You believe you have the ability to get more. So you are definitely taking advantage of the opportunity that is set before you to do something. You're not sitting on your hands. I think that's beautiful. I do. So if you're in a position where you don't have enough money, you don't have enough provision, and you're working maybe 1, 2, 3 jobs, or you're trying to manage that the best way that you can. Here's what I think. It's commendable that you aren't sitting on your hands, because the average person believes that it's going to be pie that falls out of the sky. Every time God blesses, he blesses people that are busy. When he chose the 12, they were all business owners. Luke was a physician. We know Simon was a fisher. They were businessmen. They understood the principles of business. They weren't lazy. Wealth doesn't go to the lazy. In fact, if we're dealing with the parable of the talents, the one who was lazy, the one that the master called, he said, "You wicked and lazy servant." He called him evil because he didn't work. He took what his master gave him and buried it so he wouldn't lose it. But he didn't get out there and take a chance. Let me tell you something. Taking chances is biblical. You can't take a chance. You can't say you walking in faith and there's no work. Faith without taking a chance is dead. Faith without works is dead. The mere fact that we know you believe is you're working, trying to make something happen. So you are walking in faith. And I know it's tough and I know it's challenging, especially when there's not enough. But the word that I have for you this morning, don't get used to that. Oof. There's something that is coming that is greater. There's something that God is going to allow to open. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity that's coming, and that opportunity is going to open up for you to move in, and you're going to make the most that you've ever made in your life. I promise you it's going to happen. But here's what I really came to talk about in this second half, this B tail of Coffee Time. The opportunity for you to increase financially is going to come through mastering a problem. You're going to have to build a solution, but you can't build a solution if you don't have a problem. Most of the opportunities that are from God, they look strange. They look strange. I'm telling you now, they look strange. They don't look like it's God. But the opportunity presents a problem. Your ability to solve that problem is going to make you valuable, and the value that you carry because you have the ability to solve the problem is going to exceed you and push you into monetizing increase. You're going to get more money from that opportunity. Everything that God has blessed me to do, God has allowed me to do. Listen to me, y'all. It's not because I'm that smart. It's not because I've always practiced discipline. Now I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes, and I've learned from the dumb stuff that I've done. And I'm learning more and more to be sober. Don't be intoxicated with your own grief. Don't be intoxicated with your own emotions. Don't be intoxicated with money, power. Don't you be intoxicated with anything. Be sober. Have a clear head. Have a clear mind. Learn how to make decisions on the fly from a decluttered mindset. Look who came on. Ooh, look who came on. Let me see which one of these. Derm Campbell, K. Kim. Y'all, that's the homie from when we were little. I mean, me and Kim go way back. Her husband and I go way. The kids, y'all give it up for Derm Cam, K. Kim. Andrea Mitchell, good to see you this morning. The opportunity comes from what's inopportune. I've learned how to make decisions, and I've learned how to give myself a break to rest. I've learned how to drink more water. Water, believe it or not, one of the things that help you declutter mentally is staying hydrated. It's so simple. It's so simple, but so many people miss it. It's staying hydrated. I have a friend that died from dehydration. She was out of town with a boyfriend, and she died from dehydration. Water is important. Water is going to help you with the clarity of thought. And here's the other thing. Rest, sleep, rest. Learning how to take breaks. Learning how to rise early builds a discipline for you going to sleep early. You go to sleep early, you rise early. Many of us, we believe that the reward of working is being able to say how hard you work. There's no reward in that. The reward is in how smart you work. It's you activating the use of your mind and being able to properly articulate what you need to do, when, time management, people management. That's smart work. Watch. I'm at it's 9:20. At 11 o'clock this morning, I am teaching for 10 minutes. I'm teaching for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm teaching on a Zoom call. My topic is promoting your idea. Now listen to this. That 10-minute Zoom call is going to pay me what most people make in 2 to 3 weeks. That's called working smart. How did I get the opportunity? Through a relationship. Somebody heard me. Listen, somebody heard me on Coffee Time, and they shared a clip of what I was talking about with another friend. That friend took it to their boss. I got a call from that company, and they want me to talk about promoting your idea for 10 minutes. That's working smart. You want to work in the flow of what comes natural to you. It's part of building. What you enjoy. I enjoy teaching. I do. I enjoy singing. So anytime I can monetize teaching and singing, I will capitalize off that opportunity. Anytime I can monetize those two gifts, I will capitalize on that opportunity to monetize those two gifts, because it puts me in a place of no struggle. I don't struggle with teaching. Give me the information. Let me do my study. Let me do my research. I enjoy doing that. Oh, yeah. Hey, give me the music. Now let it be. Don't just hand me no any music. And I know y'all CCM generation. That's all y'all want. I need a hymn every now and then. Come on. I need something with 2 and 4 in it. I need something soul stirring. I like soulful music. Give me some of that. And mix it in with that other stuff, that cotton candy happy stuff. Anyway, anytime that I can monetize off gifts that I have that causes me to work in my natural flow, I have the advantage because I'm not stressed at what comes natural. Breathing doesn't stress me out. It comes natural. The only time breathing stresses me out, is when I have a cold, something clogging up my nasal passage. I'm telling you. So you've got to believe God for opportunities that keep you in your natural flow. I'm going to say something to y'all, and it's probably going to be shocking to some of you, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I am naturally shy. Yeah, I know y'all. I am naturally shy. I've had time to manage my shyness. Has the shyness left? No. I've just had time to build the level of discipline that is needed to manage my shyness, and I do not allow my being shy to cause me to miss out on opportunity. In other words, the root of shyness, there's a level of fear there. And there are some things that scare me. I know it, and I know I talk a lot of trash. Don't nothing scare me. When I'm here, I'm here. No, there are things. There are times when I have to say, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. But I never let my shyness or my fears, I never allowed them into the driver's seat of my life. You might be in the car, but you're not making the decisions on where we go. So I have to deal with shyness. There are times, hey, man, there are times I step out to speak, preach, sing. You don't know it, but I am shaking in my shoes. That's a little known fact, but I figured I'd share it. I'm shaking in my shoes. However, we're going to get this job done because we've developed discipline in time and a strength to move regardless of how we feel. There are times when I'm hurting and I feel like pulling the covers over my head and not moving for the day. There are times when I'm disappointed. There are times when the wind gets knocked out of me, but none of that hinders my movement. All I'm saying to you is don't allow your inadequacies to ruin future opportunities by not developing the discipline to live above what you are not. All right. Hopefully you got something out of that. If you did, I need to hear from you. That's encouraging for me. Believe it or not, I'm being more transparent. If you got something out of this, I want you to send me an inbox. Tell me what you got out of it. Tell me how this helped you this morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be back here, same time, 8:30, same place. And I wish that you would invite somebody, share. If you know someone that needs this, I need you to get involved. Send it to them. Hey, child, you need to check this boy out. He goofy, he silly, he crazy at times, but hey, he laid some stuff down that I think you need to hear. Do that for me, okay? We've got to help each other help each other. That's called for time. You were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you is not able to handle. You've got to calm down, slow down, learn when to speak, be quiet. Let wisdom speak. When wisdom speaks, you will always win. Go have a productive day. And remember, it's time to build. It's time for you to become greater. It's time for you to become better. But all of it is hinged on the discipline that you maintain throughout your life. You're not going to get it right the first time, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get it right. You got to keep trying until you perfect it and never give up on yourself because God never gave up on you. Have a great day. And remember to think higher, speak life. Peace out. I need to hear from you. Make sure you send me a message and tell me how this blessed you today.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrance Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time or a crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrance? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.